Welcome to the General's Gentlemen.
Ladies and gentlemen, Company of Heroes 2 is the name of the game that we are casting today. VonIvan as our OKW.
And Steffenbk as the Soviets insta-locking the mechanized support tactics. The cloak AT gun's actually got a buff. I think it has bonus damage now, or bonus pen or something, so that's nice, because that ability was really bad.
Yeah.
Well, it just wasn't very useful. You don't use it very often, infrequently.
Pretty quick insta-lock as well. Bit weird, but I guess...
As opposed to a slow insta-lock.
Don't use your English words on me, Callum. I have none of your crap. I suppose when you're going to have guards at 2 command points anyway, nothing's going to show up in the first 2 or 3 minutes of the game that's going to make you change your mind, where you're not going to go for this commander when you want guards, obviously.
The thing is, as well, to bear in mind is they're playing on auto match, so you're going to have commanders that are just bad for certain... Why is that always there? The actual crossroads sign. I don't remember that being there. That hasn't been there. This is new.
Okay.
I would have noticed that.
Right, yeah, I don't know. I haven't played enough.
The map's been
I've
changed
casted
a bit.
it, but yeah.
Yeah. Anyway, yeah. So he had the other commander with the Shock IS2, and this is a really bad map for Shocks and the IS2. So you don't have to think so hard about what commanders to lock in when you have a commander that's just bad on this map, because you don't know what map you're going to play on when you're queuing for auto match. So you're queuing for different maps in mind. So say if he gets Kolodny, he's not going to lock in his guards and his ISU commander.
Yeah.
So
yeah.
As derogatory as insta-locking kind of is, it's a bit pejorative. You got to remember when you're playing on auto match, and you have a diverse set of commanders that have strengths and weaknesses. Sometimes it's just
obvious.
This one is clearly the best for this map.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, the other one wasn't too bad, though, because it was guard mode, so we had the heavy mortar and the guard still, so that was a good choice as well.
Either one worked. They were in the game. That was a really smart hoorah from Steffenbk. Great investment of munitions. Hey, I got caught out. Nope, hoorah. Manages to take garrison control. That was actually really important. Would have traded really badly for territory if that had actually played out without the hoorah, had the cons been forced off. Wow, it's really smart.
Did you see that Maxim 360? That was sick.
Yeah.
Spun on the spot.
Wow, that was sick micro as well from Steffenbk. I'm pretty sure he focused the bolts here first and then retargets. Well, no, he should be focusing the bolts. Bolts first.
The nade comes through as well.
That was bad. Would have been fine because it would have reduced, like he wouldn't be able to in range. It wouldn't be able to throw the incendiary. That's kind of sad. It's actually really good micro because like it moved the cons up to force the Volsks to trade. Then the Maxim suppresses the Volks and then retargets the other squad. That would have been really well microed, but oh well. Nice try.
The Maxim suppression's pretty slow, so it may have actually not got the suppression off in time regardless.
Yeah.
But yeah, there wasn't really anything to gain by hitting squads behind heavy cover. You weren't going to damage them, so he obviously just didn't retarget them. Anyway, it's going to be several conscripts here for Steffenbk, 3 cons and a Maxim. So it's using the Maxim as a support weapon is always strange to see. Quick AT grenades as well, so he's going to have none of this Kubel nonsense.
He's going to have plenty of the free veterancy nonsense though. Heaps of that. Quad Volks for VonIvan. Will trade very well early on in this game. Probably expecting, just like a lot of conscripts, more Volks we have on the field, the easier it is to maintain this map control. I think to the point you want to, if you already have map control, you want to invest into it. Don't go battle group, go an additional squad, hold the map, just hold the territory that you already have, keep the VP bleed going. Keep the, munitions and fuel points that you have. You can always check up afterwards. Go for your next building afterwards.
Yeah, having that momentum is important on a situation like this where you have that central garrison. If your opponent gets a Maxim there, it can be hard to clear out if it's well defended. You've got cons and sandbags, but if you can always put the pressure on and prevent them from really securing that position, then it puts you in a great spot. Because otherwise you're just going to sit there bleeding VPs for ages. But it looks like the Maxim's in there pretty securely with the conscripts in there anyway. Should put some sandbags in there.
Yeah, middle has been retaken, but there's a lot of recapping to do for Steffen, so he's not going to be putting on any aggression. He's probably going to lose his fuel as a result of that. Another Maxim from Stefan as well. The smart option. Kind of Volts Presser we see coming on, because you're always you want a mobile Maxim that's gonna run around and help out with conscript raids. And when you have a key garrison like the one in Crossroads, you want to leave a Maxim there the whole time. So really, you don't have that squad on the map. That squad is holding territory and it's just gonna stay there. Having a more aggressive Maxim to help out with trades is smart.
Okay. Did he not? Did he cancel the? Oh, he must have cancelled his nades because he was going for it.
All right. Is in favour of the additional Maxims and now the medics.
Infantry squads can now be called to fight for the motherland.
The fact that the map is so open makes it pretty hard to actually land those grenades. Unless you flank him around a hedge or something, the Kubel just drives away.
Not the super early guard squad either. No. Shore up his current composition before going into guards. I don't hate that, should be fine. A Maxim, I think, was probably going to contribute more at this stage of the game than a squad of guards will. Especially when he's kind of low on munitions. DP's kind of expensive.
Uh-oh. Oh, man.
Oh, God! What is that flamer doing? That should be illegal.
Does Maxim actually get it?
Probably. That was brutal.
Oh, wow.
Should have gone to Specsavers.
Or your local equivalent.
Yeah. I mean, it's the tagline though. Like, it's like it should have gone to the optometrist. Just the same ring to it. Yeah. Should have gone to Specsavers. Australian.
It's sort of like it's a Kodak moment. You can't really.
Yeah.
Convey the in joke by generalizing it.
You not you when you're hungry eat a Mars bar like. With that. Now we have all our sponsorship requirements out of the way. We can tend to the game at hand. Really smart.
So I'm getting a call on my HTC Vive.
Movement. Sorry?
I'm getting a call on my HTC Vive.
Oh, you are?
Yeah.
Cool. Cover that. Smart kind of mobile composition is using the Flamer in conjunction with the Maxim, because the Flamer forces squads out of cover, which gives the Maxim much better suppression, but Flak.
Yeah, what a mad dog.
Fix Black as well, not gonna just get one shot flame decrew.
Yeah, so, I actually love with it's positioned because it's behind the stacks of trees, the logs rather. So it's gonna be hard to get a good angle at that. And then if you do, then the Sturm Pioneers are in position to ambush.
And a shoe mine as well. That's a very well set up position. Love it. Good stuff from VonIvan.
It's very low CP requirements, so get that a lot earlier than you'd expect, especially because this is generally regarded as belonging to the south spawn. So if he can hold his north spawn, which would be easier, and then deny the other field with that flak, he could be in a great position.
Yeah. Still, the mortars arrived now from Stefan. He's going to start barraging the flak emplacement.
Oh wow.
Don't think we've had a connection yet. It's been quite close.
Actually,
Schumann, yeah, it isn't within range of a barrage, so you got to keep that in mind. It's definitely in scatter range. I mean, on the outskirts of scatter range, but definitely within scatter range. SDGs start arriving now as well. Oh, do you get the extra truck out as well, or is that just an icon because...
Panzer Headquarters.
Wow, yeah.
So, good to see that he has plenty of squads in support, not throwing that one down without the squads for support.
That's really early.
Yeah. Well, I mean, look at his fuel. He's doing pretty well.
Yeah,
and he...
battle group into Panzer Headquarters, that's pretty intense. Like, not even another squad. Like, no MG, no anything.
No Raket.
No Raket. That... Oh, it's just the building being constructed. Tree coming up.
I was actually repairing this. Probably not worth it. It's going to die regardless, and it just means Sturm Pioneers can get one shot. And that's a good spacing there, but they can clump up very easily when they're repairing. And they take extra damage too. But the micro's bad. You gotta... What I like to do... Yeah, see, he killed 2 Sturm Pioneers. Yeah. Like, it's not worth it. What I like to do is you barrage, and then you shift-click attack ground.
Yeah.
Because you want to barrage because barrage has a faster rate of fire than attack ground. Then it means the attack ground will continue once the barrage finishes. So the only problem with that, you got to make sure you stop the barrage, because sometimes I was like, why isn't my mortar firing at these things? And I realized it's because it's just firing at some spot that's already been blown up. Damn it, mortar.
Got to stop the attack ground command.
The attack ground command.
Rather
Yeah.
than barrage, just to clarify the point. Yeah, definitely. Because you think it's all fine and dandy because you can hear your mortar firing.
Yeah,
It's like, where are the shots going?
Yeah.
Why are they not helping me with this engagement?
It's when you really need it to.
Yeah. I mean, you can even do that from the UI as well. It's one of those things, just like select the mortar stop.
Yeah.
With the UI, it's really easy. Thanks for that second. Just stopping things like the mortar or the maximum will make them auto-acquire new targets as well. Or just pretty much just reset.
Yeah.
Good stuff from Stefan managing to retake the fuel in the VP. Mortar did well, but you know, VonIvan held it for long enough. Enough time to get the Panzer headquarters up. I think that was the main point of this flak hold, was to get the Panzer headquarters covering his own fuel and VP, so that's secured. It's just keeping Stefan busy.
So the T-70 was cancelled. He did reveal the Panzer headquarters by running squads into it. So that's a clever play, because the T-70 wouldn't have done much. VonIvan almost having enough fuel for a Panzer IV. Only needs 30 more. So that T-70 wouldn't have got any work done. Instead, now he can go... does he go for a Zisgun, or does he go for a Tier 4? A Zisgun would be a safe bet, or at least what he's going for a Zisgun.
Building the Zisgun. God damn it. It's a boom boom.
Yeah, it's a demo. So I've sort of been curious about whether or not you can see the demos if the line of sight's blocked. So in this situation, will the Stern Pioneers, when they're closer, will they reveal the demo? That being said, it's actually, it's in a brush, so you sort of see the circle, but it's not very obvious. So it's really good positioning. But my frustration here is they lowered the cost of the demo to 65 munitions, which is nothing. So while it's much weaker, you can still just put it on every building.
Yeah.
And then if you put it on the other side of the building where they won't see it.
I definitely preferred the timed variation of the demos. That was my favorite.
Yeah. Because then you always have the opportunity to respond. I also don't like...
It just becomes a skill thing then.
I also don't like...
Differentiator.
Yeah. I don't like how contrived it is, how you can't put them on capping circles. While it's obviously, you know, I see, of course, the gameplay perspective, even though it's sort of unnecessary because they auto-reveal. It's just contrived. It's like, nope, you can't do it. Why not? Because you can't put it on a capping circles. It doesn't make any sense. And you wouldn't actually want to anyway, because the capping circle would reveal the demos, because they give vision. The demos are revealed by vision. So, again, gameplay, it makes sense, but those sort of things you got to factor in. As a game designer, you know, it's something that you do have to factor in is what's best for gameplay isn't always the best. And people obviously get mad at that, but there are other considerations. Of course, the gameplay does trump them, but if you can find other methods that deliver that gameplay benefit while also not having the downside of it being really contrived, or just looking like really unnatural, then that's sort of a better way of doing it.
This is a really dodgy engagement from VonIvan. I'm not sure what the idea was behind it. Like whether it was scouting out units for this Panzer IV to damage, like working out what the Zisgun was. Seems like a weird play. You want to go for the garrison? You want a less infantry support there? He just traded really badly, and I was just a bit confused with what was going on. But I guess this works out. He gets the garrison. So.
Stefan has to be careful that the P4 shell doesn't blow up. That should be revealed now by this P4.
Yeah. And should be blown up actually. Like I would blow that up.
Just do the damage on the P4
Yeah,
because
sure.
it's not going to last much longer. Or maybe it hasn't been revealed. I don't know if that's like technically behind the building.
I don't know how it works, man.
Oh, there we go. Yeah, he's obviously seen that one. There we go.
A sector has been cut off.
Garrison goes down. Yeah, it was definitely worth blowing up. People revealed it anyway. Get some free damage down. The engine within 25 munitions Faust range.
Enemy forces are neutralizing a
Okay,
sector.
doubles this gun. So Stefan wants to go straight for the ISU, it would seem. He's gonna have the feel for it. Just a little bit behind in the command points. It is 14 command points, which is more than most heavy tanks. Because it's a artillery piece, so it's not really a heavy tank. Most of them are 13. So stalling for the ISU is even hard. It's even cost more too. So less than it used to be 720 manpower.
I don't mind. I think it's a pretty good choice. He's in a good position in terms of VPs and bleeding those. This gun's a fine to hold up.
Still no AT grenades. The Cooper's been doing very well. Has kept it alive for the entire game. The capping up does help his capping presence considerably. So well played there in that regard. And can use the protection.
I'd like to see VonIvan just consolidate and just try and hold that middle VP. He's just taking some really stupid engagements with False Grenadiers on the right hand side, just running into conscripts where there are Maxims on the field. It's a little odd. Maybe you're just trying to keep Steffen on the back foot. I've played games where I've had more units. I've been in a better position in PopCap, but it doesn't feel like it because my opponent's playing really aggressive, playing like they have the advantage, and it's a bit disconcerting. Like your opponent, who you think is behind, just running at you with a bunch of squads, is like, ah.
Yeah, VonIvan will have access to the howitzer, which is going to be nasty against this support weapon play. So double Zis, double Maxim, and VonIvan did have the flak emplacement, which did give away his command. I guess it also could have been Luftwaffe. I don't know if he had that in his loadout. Oh, is that it already has a howitzer? Okay, I missed that one. Yeah. So that's going to be really effective here. I love this.
Supply sector under attack.
Smart relocation from Steffen. There's this reticle obviously isn't revealed on the howitzer, like knowing where the arc is or like what the barrage, how the barrage works.
Unless you click on it.
Yeah.
You can somehow have vision on it.
Yeah. It's actually pretty smart moving away. Good game knowledge from Steffen. Like kind of, it's important to know like how an artillery works, like what the scatter is, how many shots are involved in it. This is very confident. This is like 99 kinds of confident. Maybe a little overconfident given the house is still firing.
Yep,
overconfident. He's misjudged it. That's more shells than I thought. The next one just wipes it. There we go, it's finished
that's now. It. Now, he does have to be careful, VonIvan that is, has to be careful of the IL-2 precision bombing strike. Now, VonIvan doesn't know he's locked in this commander. He did also have the guard motor, so that doesn't have any equivalent.
25-second effective timer on that barrage is pretty ridiculous.
Yeah, it's super low cooldown.
Yeah. If you look at like the way they do that in most, like, say League of Legends, for example, like say you have an ability that's like a channel thing, like I don't know, 3 auto attacks gets you a knock up or something. Like what used to be a thing is like the cooldown starts after you finish using that ability, so like after you use the 3 knock-ups. Otherwise what used to happen, like Jace was a good example of this, is like you would like save the timer, and then right when it was about to run out, because the cooldown started straight away, then you would use the ability and then you would immediately use it again, which is what we have here. The barrage doesn't go on cooldown after the barrage is finished. The barrage goes on cooldown as soon as the barrage starts, which means by the time the barrage is actually finished, it's effectively a 25-second cooldown for the barrage.
Yeah, well, I mean, either approach doesn't matter. You just increase the delay if it's too short. Like, I don't think you have to change whether or not the cooldown starts at the beginning or the end.
I mean, I think it's pretty important though, because if you say you increase this to, like, say you increase it to 80 seconds, you start barraging and then you have to cancel the barrage, and it's really punishing because you have 80 seconds on it.
That's true.
Whereas like if you just did it all as soon as the barrage timer finishes, then it starts a 60-second cooldown. That would mean, okay, you finish the barrage timer, 60-second cooldown. If you cancel early, still 60-second cooldown. So you're not actually punished for cancelling the barrage there, but it's still a relatively long cooldown, rather than making it going to extremes, where it's not at all punishing to keep the barrage going, and then it's extremely punishing if you cancel the barrage.
There isn't really any reason to cancel a barrage, because the friendly fire damage is quite low. The only thing that you would want to cancel is, say, a mortar barrage. You got to move it, or SU-76 barrage in particular, you got to move it. Yeah, the howitzers are going to be a pretty big part of the meta, and they already are. I mean, howitzers have always been good. It's just the fact that they cost too much manpower. Yeah, they were very expensive. That, and also all the heavy tanks have been nerfed. Not hugely, mainly just PopCap and such. The King Tiger having a bit more harsher nerfs, and definitely justifying as well. It's pretty nuts. But say like the Tiger's not as good because the P4s are just better now, so less of it. It's essential. Which means that commanders with bombing strikes will be more common as a counter to them.
Yeah. They still get one click. that hasn't changed, so
the annoying thing about OKW though is because they have this free flat cannon, it's harder for it to just YOLO in a squad or a scout car to reveal it. Because where it is, you have to go through the middle of the map, but there's a Panzer IV there. The right of the map, there's a base there. The left of the map, there's a free fuck-off flat cannon. So it's a bit... The fact that OKW have these forward bases makes it more difficult than it should be to engage a howitzer. Yeah. Plus you have S-mines, Volks and such.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't get why Volks can place minefields as opposed to stone mines. Because then you just build S-mines while capping, which actually Von should be doing, given he has a lot of manpower, munitions rather.
Very cool. Stall's working out well for Steffen. He's doing a good job. 364 VPs committed to 331 of 7, very, very even.
Kubel finally goes down. Though the ISU can probably kill it quite easily. I believe this is all flat, so...
Yeah, and I think it's... ISU does okay in the middle of this roads. Over to the left, I think it has a couple of issues. There's a little more elevation problems around here. Like,
oh, maybe not.
there are spots.
Yeah,
there
like
are definitely spots. That's a problem. There are spots. I have had issues on the left-hand side of the map. I just
this looks like it's going up. That's definitely going up.
Yeah.
Here.
You would think the hardest counter to an ISU was like heavy anti-tank, but in reality it's just any elevation.
Yeah. Which is what the bulldozer showing. Shame it's not on the Axis faction.
ISU has arrived. From Steffen. I think that was a very good play and essentially exactly what you want to do if you're stalling out one of these heavies. He's played it excellently.
Now the P4 penetration buff's going to be very welcome here. The ISU. I remember casting multiple games, I think even playing myself, is where you flank the ISU and the Panzer forces consistently bounce the rear armor. I can't remember if they have since nerfed the rear armor on the ISU, but it used to be very high and it was sort of bad. So I don't think they actually buffed the HE, I think it was mainly just the AP ammo they buffed, because it was pretty bad, the AP ammo. Oh no, that's white bait. Oh, don't do that. No, not worth. Why don't? Where did the Artie? I missed that.
Important thing. It was further down. I don't know there.
You can't really tell because there's craters from the howitzer anyway.
I didn't hear it, so yeah. I'm not sure.
I was too busy trying to look for elevation. He actually lost A spot as well, so we would have been. His elevation rate was not very productive, or very unproductive even.
Another thing to consider as well when it comes to saving up for these heavies, because you've invested all your fuel up to that point in it, play safe with it. If you lose the ISU now, essentially Steffen's pretty screwed. So don't lose it. Just play safe with it. Make it have an impact, especially when he's had a pretty even game. Doesn't have to overcommit to anything. And people positioning is excellent.
Yeah, that's nice. He does have double Zis as well, and they're in defensive positions. The only problem is he's actually getting triple capped, and he's already down quite low on VP, so he has to do something here. He doesn't have his T4 either, so it'll be a while until he starts getting T34s for support. Being quite ahead in squads, however, that's one advantage, or at least squads and support weapons.
Yeah, absolutely. Should be able to retake these positions fairly easily.
Oh, we missed a bombing strike too.
Maybe trying to...
Man, how are we missing all these things?
I don't know, man.
I say we, it's mainly me, but...
I don't know. I should have an eye out. I think I got distracted by the elevation or something like that. Or maybe I was taking a sip of G Fuel.
Yeah.
That's on me. Be watching.
How many angry comments can you get?
So many angry comments. I'm going to leave one myself.
Yeah. In fact, I've already left one.
Yeah. Before I even post the video, the first comment's gonna be from
You know what,
me,
Blake?
so
I'm
you know.
cancelling my Patreon subscription because you keep missing all these things.
That's fair. I'll tell you that. I promise I'll say the next one. I mean, I'm the counter snipe officer. That's one of my roles. So
Well, it was supervisor, but I prefer
Supervisor,
officer.
okay,
I think
yeah,
that's
right, yeah.
officer sounds better. It's more dignified.
yeah. So I'm the counter snipe officer. I feel like we need to have these assigned roles. Our job
Oh,
titles get very low. No.
Okay,
He's not gonna do it. Man, this is gonna be brutal. If this works, man, this is so baller. This is so baller.
Well, I guess if he combos it with P4s.
Yeah, it's gotta kill it. It's gotta kill it.
The ISU's rotating as well. It'll fire
Yeah,
through
it's
the
gotta
head.
kill it. It's gotta kill it.
Now, the ISU can fire through this if he uses the concrete round, but this Pack 43 is going to open up on this now. There's this barrage available here. He does have the bombing strike as well.
Yeah. This need to go now because one bombing strike's going to take out the Pack 43. It needs to go now onto this ISU.
Even just the
Let's go now.
needs to rotate the Pack 43. That's a shame. Did he actually? Oh my god! He bombing struck the P4.
Wow.
That was really
Doesn't go.
unnecessary. But now the Pack 43 is.
Can it not fire
He
through the
missed
head?
as well. Oh my
I
god!
don't
No, it
understand.
can.
Yeah, it should be
Just needs
able to.
vision. Okay, sees the Pack 43. He's probably panicking now. P4 does go down, but another one on the flank. Stern Pioneer's flanking the Zis guns. Oh, the Maxim not protecting the
One
Zis
more.
guns here.
One more.
The Stern Pioneers are for vision there, so that's going to be a dead ISU.
What is it doing?
Did he not have... Yeah, what was that Pack 43 doing?
I don't understand. I don't know.
Still's going to get this one. Very bad control from Steffen. Doesn't get the ISU out of that arc, and he had plenty of time to do so. At least the P4s did both go down. And VonIvan, having also lost another squad of Volts, is very low on squads here.
Excellent play. That was 99 kinds of baller. Going for that Pack 43
Yeah.
placement. Like, Steffen runs one squad forward and you lose the Pack 43 and you maybe even lose the game off that.
Could steal it too. But yeah, the problem there was the ISU was facing sideways to fire at the P4, and then he also bombing striked it. So I wonder if he built the Pack 43 knowing in advance that where the P4 was positioned,
sure,
it would bait
yeah,
the ISU
yeah.
out. In which case, that was very clever,
Yeah.
and props to VonIvan.
I'm leaning on the side of clever here. It felt clever.
Okay.
So yeah, losing that second P4 was kind of dumb. He already had vision in the area. I don't know why that P4 was there. That was unnecessary. The second P4 going down. I don't know what happened there. And the Pack 43 micro was weird as well. Still, I mean, a good commitment, and the IC did go down. And I mean,
Does
look
he-
at Seven's fuel as a T70. So he's playing closeout game. This is a good switch up. He's going to close it out. The T70 is a closeout unit. He's going to get some unit squad wipes and just end this game.
He's not on prioritized vehicles. That's what happened there. Is he
Yeah.
fired at a conscript squad, or he rotated at the conscript squad instead of continuing to fire at the ISU, and that gave the ISU time to kill the P4, I think. So.
Add to your mod, by the way, you like 80 units should come onto the field with the prioritized vehicles already selected.
Yeah, well,
rather
I
than
also
prioritize
what I did in GG mod, like the original one, was just make it permanent, because there's zero reason why your Pack 43 should be firing at infantry. You never want that. But there's always the accidental mistake of, oops, I accidentally didn't put it on. And you can still always fire infantry by putting it on.
Yeah, so 100 points left. This guy actually screws up the rotation, but the Pack 43 is going to be captured. So this gets one
Oh,
shot.
I lost a
Oh,
squad.
no! Wait, what was that? Is that what happens when you merge?
Well, he merged, yeah, but it was because the P4 killed cons as they were merging.
Right, yeah.
He would have had enough. Oh my god, he actually may get. No, he's not out of range there. It's because he had enough models to merge that without losing the con squad. But the P4 killed like 2 cons as he was
Right,
merging,
okay, yeah.
which would happen, often. It's very sad. Kind of had to as well, else this would just be destroyed. Just unlucky there that the P4 hit at such a precise timing.
I don't know if this Pack 43 is covering the edge of the map. Let's find out.
Oh well,
It is, but it's not rotating.
yeah.
Rotating now, but I mean, the P4's only going to take one shot on this micro.
T70 there as well, can give the vision.
P4's just
Yeah.
juking the
Yeah,
Pack
that's
43
really
arc.
nice.
It's smart. Another Infinity gets thrown down.
Oh, how did he miss that?
Wow. This gun's on it. Oh, this positioning of AT guns is awful from Steffen. What is he doing?
Yeah, behind the hedge.
Behind the hedge?
He can take the shot here. Has the combat blitz as well. Down goes the T70 behind the hedge once again. He can attack run through that if he wants to.
VonIvan is just microing his way out of a horrible situation. I don't know how this is working out for him.
Well, he actually...
ISG?
Well, he's going maximum spam.
Yeah.
There's another P4 available in terms of his...
Man, I swear, if he managed to out micro this with a damaged engine, like, I mean, pretty much could just stop shoutcasting. I could just stop shoutcasting. What's the point? Why are we even here? We can just watch this. This micro's insane.
Oh, well, that was a big misplay there. Like, that one shouldn't have happened.
No.
Oh, they recruits the Pack 43 with another Incendy, but he should be able to get this kill before the P4 gets the kill on the Zis. There it goes.
Nice.
Well, the Zis survived. VonIvan, I think, not having many squads, but he still only has a handful of VPs to take off of Steffen.
Look at this build queue.
Wow.
Look at the build queue.
Now, he has all three tech structures here, so he can go for King Tiger. Unfortunately, there is a Pack 43 now on the field for Steffen. Had that not been the case, King Tiger would have been perfect.
Double ISG. Playing, look how smart this is, like playing on VPs. Like another ISG coming out. I have 360 VPs. Get wrecked.
Wow, he's actually destroying the pack. Okay,
Maybe he thinks eventually he's going to lose this map control and doesn't want to give it away.
Yeah, well, that opens up certainly the King Tiger. Steffen now going for a lot of conscripts. So the problem is Steffen doesn't have any fuel.
He needs to be capturing, like what's going on? Like that mortar, for example, that mortar should be capping a point. Like everything should be capping. He just needs to consolidate and move his forces forward, because at this point he's still taking bad engagements despite having twice as many squads almost.
He will have good range though because it's Vet 3, but something the barrage range increases. But yeah, you're right. Like Wise in the mortar over here.
Yeah.
And Cap while in a great position. Maxim.
Double ISG though will eventually displace them quickly. One can hope.
I liked how you add hopefully onto the end of that. Necessary, I think.
Yes. 65 VPs is the stall out for Steffen. Love that VonIvan's still in this game. He's still in a winnable position, 100%.
Man, all the combat bonuses you get at Vet 3. Vet 4 is side and Vet 5 is healing. So, yeah. What have we got? 4 cons. That's 4 maxims.
4 maxims, 4 cons.
A Vet 3 mortar.
Yeah. There's this
And
gun.
this.
Almost Vet 1. This gun.
Well, he's gonna need more than that. This gun's not so good versus the King Tiger.
Yeah.
And SU-85s are ideal on this map, but not even having his tier 4. Having blown 70 fuel on a T70. It's
Yeah.
One problem that I don't like about light vehicles in CoH2 is they cost too much fuel. Whereas if tier 3 was cheaper, but then the light vehicles were more opposite. If tier 3 was more expensive, but light vehicles were cheaper, there'd be more reason to build them in the late game. But there's no reason to build a T70 when a T34 costs 90 fuel. It's 20 more fuel and just provides so much more value. So, same with the Stewart, it's also 70 fuel. Sherman is like 110. So light vehicles, they're very, very shoehorned into this mid-game shock unit.
Yeah, absolutely. We see like leftover light vehicles do very well. Like Vet 3 T70 is at like 40 minutes doing work, mainly in terms of vision, but you don't see it.
Oh wow!
This barrage,
almost wiped
use
it.
this barrages. That's cool.
It's so cheap, 35 munitions.
So cheesy.
At least the T70 has the recon, so...
Oh! Almost outside of the arc. What a legend this gun is. But sir, that's outside of my arc. We'll make it work. Alrighty, 35 minutes. Yeah, as you say,
Oh,
King
not
Tiger is
Maxim.
going to be the
Oh
choice.
no, that's a really bad choice here.
Is he not
like-
thinking about the... Mustn't be thinking about it.
Of
Wait.
all the things that Steffen needs, still another
Yeah.
Maxim.
Okay, there it
That's
is.
just really bad game sense. He should know that. Even if another P4 shows up, another Zis gun is important, or at least
Yeah.
begin going for his tier 4 for his
And-
SU-85.
And even outside of game sense, what can I lose to should be the question. On your mind at all times in any game, what can I lose to? What can my opponent go for that would make me lose this game if I win it? And Steffen has just found out the hard way. He can think it through, and he's now probably going to lose.
Well, yeah, the ISU will be okay, but that's a long way off.
Way off. Yeah, I don't know. I mean, yeah, I don't know. VonIvan has the potential to just get all these points back now. And how is Steffenbk going to save up the manpower when he's bleeding through his King Tiger
with
damage?
vet
That's the
zero
other thing.
conscripts.
Yeah.
And all his ISGs as well are going to be bleeding.
Yeah, he needs map control to keep the VPs, but in order to have the map control, he needs to have squads on the field. If he has squads on the field, he bleeds the King Tiger. If he bleeds the King Tiger, he never gets the ISU.
This is the best fight he'll get. He actually has zeroing Artie, so he can use the Artie there on the Zis. There's 3 cons there for the AT grenades, but he gets behind the vision.
There's the Artie. Artie comes down.
A little bit far forward though.
Yeah.
Rather than on the Zis. Target area. Okay.
Just a mass pullback.
I believe he's out of the radius. Really, not with conscripts. Not anymore.
He just keeps rolling forward. What he could do is just chain merge his Siscut. Like the Zis just keeps firing and he just merges it. Instead he runs into Zero.
Man.
Zero Artie's still in range.
Can't afford this manpower bleed. Oh no! Not worth, man.
Running those comp squads forward was a huge mistake.
You know he can't chain merge.
Yeah.
Ah, next level prediction there. This is the Zis gun, gets the con and retreat. I mean, there's actually no stem planes. There is a mech truck, however, right? And it has the mechanics already. So, but that's a huge deal because
Pretty massive.
I mean, you won't be able to get the fuel though because of the damage engine, but that's just a lot of manpower down the drain.
Yeah.
The enemy has 300 points remaining.
He's actually gonna. I think Steffenbk might actually manage to save the manpower. I don't. There's the reinforce. I was waiting for. I thought he had like 300 manpower after having reinforced. I'm like, oh yeah, that's not too bad.
He's building a Zis gun.
Yeah, okay, right. And he's building this gun, right? Okay. Yeah. He needs to, I guess. So there you go. This manpower couldn't afford to lose. That was a huge mistake running the cons forward because the zeroing Artie says, aha, conscripts,
Yeah.
and then goes.
He could have merged that for days, it would have been fine.
Yeah. Definitely would have been the best play to make. Hell, he can probably chain merge, run the low squad back to base, reinforce, run back to the Sis gun, and just trade indefinitely. Could have worked. Instead, runs into zeroing Artie, which was a massive display. Oh well. Still can get this ISU out, hopefully, eventually, maybe.
It's kind of hard to not bleed manpower when the VPs are just so low. I mean, he's okay for now, but the King Tiger is about to be repaired. And it does have another marked target. It does also have the precision bombing strike as well.
The mech truck placement is kind of annoying for VonIvan because
Yeah.
he thought he'd be playing around the Pack 43, but in fact he's playing around the left side of this map, close to the Panzer headquarters VP. So it's actually quite hard for him to grab that. To at least reverse move the...
Should use the ambush there to get the extra bonus pen or whatever it is. Also completely undefended.
So out of position. There's no excuse for this. There are 5 Maxims on the field and not one of them is covering this all-important Zis gun. This is the most important unit in Steffenbk's composition, and there are no Maxims covering it. That's inexcusable.
And no cons either, so he didn't merge it there. Yeah, that's really bad. He's gonna get a nade off, but not a big deal. And he has a bombing strike, but I'm sure he won't. Yeah, he's gonna use it here, so hopefully he'll just go forward. There's no AT gun. There you go. Bombing strike was behind the King Tiger, so there's no one to hit him. Bombing strike only really works if you're able to lock it in or you ram or something like that.
Yeah.
The manpower is just very dire. It's definitely plenty of fuel, but
Oh. And Steffenbk totally could have won this game.
yeah, he should have just cut his losses and gone for SU-85. There's this gun's... It's just so RNG. I can always just bomb shots this gun.
This gun would have been fine if he just played it properly.
Yeah.
Didn't do. This gun's with that bombing strike. Can you imagine how much work that could have got done? That could have killed the King Tiger, 100%.
Yeah, because you can't just dodge forward if you're dodging into a Zis, and then if you're moving, you'll be missing the Zis gun a lot more.
Tons have to stay here. KT should be focusing the conscripts here.
That's such short range. He would not be missing.
White's focusing the Maxim. He's trying to free up the Volks, but that's such a weird play to make. Maybe like hoping that just the MG will take them out. But when it gets captured, still a stall out at 52 VPs. It should be obvious to VonIvan as well that Steffen's now saving for an ISU.
He also could have smoked that VP there with his mortar.
At this point, let's just stay in base. Was that just kind of destroyed? Is that what happened? Like it was destroyed,
Yeah, he blew it up. Though he's actually getting this low.
Yeah, so the ISU shows up.
And the AT grenades as well. So yeah, this is too deep. His Sturm Pioneer is there for repairs, but the mortars may actually just blow up the Sturms if they're repairing here. Yeah, he's gonna have to get behind this little house thing.
Yeah, so reverse move now, and they're just gonna repair the King Tiger. I think that's gonna be in time. What's the manpower requirements for the ISU? 600 or 700?
680.
680.
Oh wow. Though no cons are on the field, and he's gonna need to reinforce, but hopefully he doesn't.
Oh yeah, I wouldn't even touch reinforce at this point. Just needs to go for the ISU.
I would take out the Archie just because it's tempting to reinforce.
Just pop it out of the keyboard. Should be instant. Should be instant. There we go. Pretty much is. Good stuff from Steffen.
The good thing about mechanical keyboards is you can take away your keys when you need to.
So there's a positive for Steffen. He hasn't actually lost these Maxims. They're still on the field, so it's really hard for VonIvan to move around. Man, 5 Maxims on the field, not one of them is covering Steffen's VP. Like,
yeah.
Look at that. Like, even if it was 2 model Maxims, I don't care. You need something on that VP. If you get triple cap, you're gonna lose the game. If Steffen gets triple cap, you will lose the game. You're on 43 VPs.
How many Maxims you need to cover your VP? Yeah, that's unfortunate. Well, this is gonna go down, I think, or at least forced off. There's no. There's no shot blockers there for some time.
Yeah, this should be the KT9.
He's on AP ammo. We can outrange him here, but he's going to lose the vision. Maybe we'll see smoke barrages come through. Too far forward.
Second one? Should be second ISG there. Second smoke barrage? Oh, they're both smoke barraging the VP. No. He's given up on the KT, trying to win on this on VPs.
Oh, okay, that makes sense.
Yeah,
actually, he probably will win here because 4 Maxims. Gonna attack move there, and there's gonna be incendied one of them. The ISU should get the killing blow here.
I think that just
Did he lose his vision?
Pretty sure that just broke vision there,
no.
yeah.
Go forward, man. He can't fire while moving, but he has plenty of health left, so he'll be okay here. Just needs to...
Right, there we go.
So,
okay, 17 VPs. This is the tail on the tape.
Well, clutch
Another
smoke.
smoke! Wow, that smoke just won the game.
Yeah. Oh my god, look at this. Oh no.
God. What an awful way to lose a game.
Yeah.
What an awful way
that
to
was
lose a game.
so misplayed there. Like, if he had one of them slightly above.
1 Maxim.
That's rough, man. Because he killed the King Tiger, and there was basically no squads. Whereas Steffen had plenty of Maxims, plenty of cons. GG. Wow, that was a fun game. Well played there to VonIvan.
VonIvan won that game with 2 ISGs and a Volt squad.
Yeah, well, the Sturms were thrown away for the VPs, but yeah, that's funny.
That was really bad play by Steffen. There were so many misplays in that game. When you have 5 Maxims and not one of them is in position, not once but twice.
Yeah.
Like nothing covering this gun when you have 5 Maxims on full health, and then nothing covering the 1 VP that's gonna save your game.
Steffen also didn't use mark target on the King Tiger. That would have given him the vision as well as the extra damage, which are both valuable there. So that would have allowed him to kill it quicker. Then he could have used the ISU on HE to start blowing up squads. So yeah, that was a weird game, but it was a fun game.
Yeah, we'll call it that.
General Gentleman disclaimer: we don't recommend you build Pack 43s against ISUs and bombing runs.
No, we don't. No,
you can't be held accountable if your Pack 43 just gets blown up by the ISU.
Yeah, unless only VonIvan is allowed to make baller plays like that.
Yeah, you have to get the license
exactly,
to get a Pack 43 against this commander.
There's a special license you need. Yeah, cool. GG. Thank you for tuning in. If you're enjoying the content, if you'd like to see us continue, please do consider a backing on Patreon so we can keep up our current schedule, keep casting lots of fun games.
Oh, also, we're trying to get our hands on some good Dawn of War 1 replays.
Yes, yeah.
Like, you can find them, but most of them are just bad. We want high-level replays that are good. Either Dawn of War, Dark Crusade, or Soulstorm. I'm not fussy. if you have any, send them in. If they're, you know, high level, interesting games, that'd be great. Thanks.